let you guys know that we are coming to you live. We are trying to see all of you whores. We are coming to you live here in New York City. We have a live show December 1st.
It's a Friday, so, come after work. Try to wear something a little bit skanky. And, we are really excited to see you guys. It's going to be in the Lower East Side of New York City, 72 Allen Street. It's a place called Projective Space. Doors open at 7. The show starts promptly at 8 for you CPT.
We is not going to be late, y'all.
It's hosted by Sam Whiteout, who you bitches love.
And we're excited about it. I think it's going to be great. You guys can meet us. We're going to do drinks afterwards. We just got a whole lot of tricks and stuff.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
For you guys to stay updated on that, of course, follow our Instagram at Whoreible_Decisions and click the links in our bios because y'all can purchase tickets there.
You know what? And I'm going to just say this because I'm in a mood today. Y'all can buy these motherfucking tickets. We give you all this free content. I have a really expensive fucking rent. I'm fucking poor right now. New York sucks. I spent $100 on drinks last night. It was only 4 of them. Only 4 fucking drinks, okay? That is New York. So if you want to buy this ticket, you should. Because you listen to all this shit and we come here, we buy MTA cards that are $120 a month for unlimited to come to this fucking studio and pay for this shit. I can't wait to see you. I'm sorry.
See you guys there. Okay, so we're going to start off the show, y'all, with this song. Let's see if you know this song, Weezy.
I probably don't.
You should. So we're going to do a sing-along. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready? Whoa, wrong song.
Sorry, Mom.
Sorry. So you know I have to play it on YouTube because this song is not in my phone.
Okay, we can cut this part. I'll try to find it.
No.
On Apple Music.
No, here we go. Damn, hold on. YouTube got ads.
Wait. Who do you know? Blowfish Essential.
Y'all go, here we go.
I don't know this song.
No? No. I'm gonna let it play one more little bit. You know can you sing it, Mom?
No. Wait. Is this not your song?
Yes, it is. You a goddamn lie. Oh, it's not. It's her crying. Okay, y'all. Anyways, I was trying to play Hootie and the Blowfish for my mama, but that ain't work. So,
Miss Timmy, this because you're white.
I only
this
want
why
to
she
be
pulled
with
this.
you. How hard is that?
I only want to be with you.
I want to do that one.
You see, that's what the fuck I thought it was, but it wasn't.
Oh, God.
Because, when you try to do all this shit at once, it just doesn't work the right way. So anyways, hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of Whoreible Decisions. Clearly, I was trying to be good for my mama because we got my mama in the studio today.
You were trying to be good for your mama. Can we just describe what Mandy's wearing today?
What's wrong with this?
Your titties out. So when were you trying to be good?
I got these titties from my mama. The hell? Anyways, guys, welcome to yet another episode. I'm your girl, Mandii B.
And I'm Weezy.
And we got Weezy. And we just gonna call you, I guess, Tammy?
Go Karma. I like Karma.
We are not using your shirt.
Is that your fucking stripper name?
You want to be called?
I just love that.
Karma?
Can I ask you, is that the profile name you give on Plenty of Fish or something?
What? On everything.
Wait, Karma?
Yes.
With a K?
Because Karma's a bitch. Like me.
Oh, okay.
You a bitch?
Well, I have tendencies.
Oh my God. We're not calling my mom Karma on this show.
They really sound, you got hoops on too, it sound kind of strippers.
No. So let me tell
Listen,
you.
I put smaller ones in tonight because you ragged me on my big ones yesterday.
These are the
They
small
look like
ones?
bracelets. Yeah, these are the small ones.
No, but they're cute.
No, so last night she had on hoop earrings. I was like, Mama, why you got these big old ghetto ass hoops in your ear right now?
You guys look like you had such a good time last night.
No, it was fun. She couldn't hang. She was with my friends and she was like, listen, I cannot mix liquor. You guys just want to drink all this shit.
I don't blame you.
She's like, we already did whiskey and vodka. I'm sticking to vodka, goddammit. Don't give me nothing else.
Is that what you normally drink?
I drink anything.
Oh.
If it tastes good, do it.
Okay.
Oh, well, there we go. So I wanted to start this episode off. I wanted to give you guys an introduction slightly to my mammy. So unlike Weezy, and we discussed this, Weezy is biracial with a black mom and a white dad. I am biracial with a white mom and a black dad. And I kind of wanted to discuss this because I don't know when this episode is going to air. I wanted to talk about interracial dating again.
Okay.
And coming from clearly the white woman who dates black men who has biracial kids. Clearly, we had Marcus Black from Love and Hip Hop, who kind of didn't even like the fact that you dated white guys, even though you're biracial.
Yeah.
And
I got really upset about that.
I wanted to touch back on that, but I wanted to bring up interracial dating because it's something where, as much as we kind of preach unity and like everyone to just love is love, there's still this little thing when you see two different races dating.
I don't really know if we preach unity.
Do we not? No?
I think that we want equality.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a lot of unity. I think that like you're misconstruing. The people that are preaching unity are for this, but most of us aren't. There's a lot of bitterness and feeling like we're not equal. So,
but you know what? The media also plays a big part in that, because the only negative I've ever received having interracial kids and being in a black environment was when OJ and Nicole.
Really?
And yeah.
How was
Walking
that?
into the club and all the black guys are yelling, Nicole, Nicole.
They
and
called you
throwing
Nicole?
it down like that. That was like probably the most negative experience.
Now, wait.
Really?
And it's actually a little fearful because knowing what happened with all that, you know?
OJ ain't do it though.
No.
Hold on, wait.
Glove didn't fit. You must have quit.
You're saying
I
like
that.
I don't know if I didn't read your like questions yet, but you're saying like with you got three beautiful mixed girls, right? And you live in black neighborhoods. You never had black women treat you a certain way?
No, because there's never really a true friendship. They're kind of snide. It seems like I accept you, I love your kids, but like everybody gets the birthday barbecues, but the white girl never gets one. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So you're not really that important. You're just there. You never really feel like you belong anywhere, because you like don't belong with the white families. You don't belong with the black families. And even in your own family, you have people that are shunning you. So you just kind of take it as it is, and your family becomes your kids.
Right.
And I wanted to bring that up because her side of the family didn't really accept us because we were black. So I know a lot of our families in California, like we don't know a lot of them. We know grandma.
But your father's mother never accepted y'all either. She
Because
never
we were white?
interacted with you.
Well, yeah, I know
Really?
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Did he have other fully black children?
One.
My brother. And yeah, I did
I know
meet
how
my
that
grandma.
sounds. Was it because she didn't like you, or is it because
I
they
never
were
met
mixed?
her. I never
Wow.
met her.
Yeah.
I never ever met I met his sisters, and they love everybody. They're just open and
Yeah.
it's all good.
My
But
aunts
his
are really
mother
loving.
Never ever. I don't.
And you think it's because we're white?
I just think she just is an evil person. I just don't think that she ever.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, she
Karma,
never even sent birthday cards.
Wow.
So yeah, she's.
I know that, yeah.
So I got that from my father's family. My mom told me that the day I was born that some Jewish woman came in. So my father's from Israel, for those of you who don't know. And she says that they were like looking inside of the glass or like trying to go come in the cradle. And my mom said she was in the bed and was like, she's light. She came out light. Because she said that, you know, she just was waiting for that. Now my mom, as much as I wouldn't like her to hear me say this, I think my mom has a little bit of a complex about her blackness. And which is why sometimes I think her family sees it. Like, they've never really been that way with my dad, but I think she's sometimes uncomfortable about her own blackness and things like that, and maybe doesn't vocalize it. But I have absolutely seen it. Like, when I went to Israel, oh my God, they were like, is she the nurse? Is she? Oh, yeah.
Dang.
All the time.
So I wanted to ask you if having us, besides, you know, how people treated you, if having biracial kids ever affected you dating white men. Like, okay, you date black men, clearly, I know that. I don't think I've ever seen anything else come through the door.
I don't like white men at all. There's nothing attractive. They're not sexually attractive. They're not. I don't even like to look at their nude porn at the porns with the white guys. No, I don't even want to look at that.
Mother's
I don't even want to look at that.
I get it from my mama.
Mandii
It's
said
just
the same
unattractive.
shit.
So let me ask you, what got you into liking black guys? Because you grew up in an area where there weren't many black people.
Where are you from?
California,
Where?
San Diego.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay.
But the only relationship I remember prior to, because my mother and my real father, who I've never seen, don't know, and there may be some hidden, you know, resentment that way, but she was in a relationship with a black man. And so I remember him treating me well. And as I grew up, I got mistreated by more white men and for different situations. So I just found that black people
your
were more
mom
attractive.
dated a black man
Once.
and then your family's still weird about it?
But when it came to like the girls, when it was the Christmas and I sent them a video and they saw my boyfriend at the time was black, and they asked my grandmother, who love my girls.
Yeah.
Took them for the week. I mean, like the summers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they talked to her and they said, how do you take those girls in public?
Yeah.
Like they were that ignorant.
Wow.
And right
Yeah.
now he's on my mom's Facebook and never requested me, never said shit. So I'm like, you know what? Fight it.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that shit.
Do
because
you
no
think
matter
that
what,
it's-
you'll never disrespect my kids. And I never allowed the N-word anywhere. People, and that's what, I have white friends that had biracial kids, and they would make comments about this, and no, I'm sorry, we gotta go. Because I'm not gonna have my child around that, because I want them to be proud of every culture that they have in them. Jamaican, Haitian, white, whatever. I want them to be respected.
I'm Jamaican.
Right.
I'm a Jamaican. So, do you feel like it's changed since raising us in the 90s to
Racial
now? How you
tensions
see
now.
with racial tension and interracial
I mean,
dating?
I think it's taking now a really negative turn. And I think people are becoming really... You still look at an interracial couple, but you still get the look. And the look is like,
the
really?
fact that you're still
really?
getting the look.
Yeah, but look at the racial tension that's building in America now, period. It
Don't
doesn't
get-
matter
don't get
what
Weezy
you
started.
are. No.
Weezy about to put up her fist with the Black Panther already.
Yeah,
like-
it's crazy.
It's funny because I feel really hypocritical sometimes, because the truth is, like, as much as I'm a product of biracial, dating and whatever, sometimes I do see black men with white girls, and I'm like, and I don't know if I feel jealous.
So why do you, as someone who's biracial,
Yeah.
as someone who's biracial,
I don't know where it
why
comes
do
from.
you feel any type of thing when you see a black and a white man? I mean, a black, not a black and a white man.
Well, there's
but
that too.
feel a lot of
there's
things
that too.
It's a whole nother venue.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was trying to gather my feelings about it on the train, right? Because I knew we were gonna talk with you about this, Miss Tammy, but I don't know. I think that I feel like successful black men want white women. I feel like they just shit on black women so much, and it just feels like the prize. You've made it, so you got a white girl. I mean, like,
You know what, though? I'm going to totally say that I kind of disagree with that, because I've dated different kinds of men, and
Ain't shit
I
ones.
probably put up with a lot more shit than a black woman would. So
Yes.
maybe I'm
But that's-
allowing them to do things, but in the same turn, it's going to be on my terms. It's not going to be on your terms.
it's funny you say that,
But it's
because that's
absolutely
something that
yeah.
black women throw a lot of
Lot,
times
yeah.
at black men for dating white. Oh, because they're gonna do it and we won't, and blah blah blah.
A lot of black men I know. Black girls don't like to suck dick.
There
Period.
you go.
There you go.
They
really
about to go off.
don't.
You do
They
a great job at it, Mom.
Shut. Fellatio. But anyway.
They're gonna be like, we
But
see
yeah,
you
they
both had your
don't.
mothers on, and we get it now.
Listen, I actually worked with a nurse that her husband was a police officer, and we were talking about it one day, and she said, like, I'm not sucking that thing. You crazy. And I looked and I said to myself, I said,
would.
somebody's sucking it. Somebody's doing it, but yeah. So there's
Wait, do you think that's
limitations.
still a thing?
They don't
Like,
want-
I think
I'm gonna
there's
tell you
a
what.
lot of sexual. I don't think there is adventure.
But we talk about that with why she's now dating white men, because black men are very cookie cutter in the bed as well.
I feel
absolutely
like
disagree.
I feel like
absolutely
everybody's
disagree.
they're gonna go through my house, take off all my Black Lives Matter shit from me for saying this. But yes, I did start dating white guys because I wanted to explore more sexual things. And I will tell you what, I think we have a few issues here. Like in the black community, you got to be masculine. You can't do like some homo shit. I'm going to pull that one back. In poorer communities, you have to be more masculine.
Yeah.
So we are just a product of that, right? It's like, I mean, black and Latinos and minorities in these communities are going to go through shit like this. So like they just have this idea about it. Black women, are totally way more conservative with sex. I mean, the conversations that I have with my black girlfriends, besides Dub, actually even Dub,
A lot more conservative,
it's totally
for sure.
different. Totally different conversations. They may feel like I'm disrespecting myself by having this podcast even. I don't know why black women feel this way. It makes me really sad, but I do see that they are totally like, you got Kylie Jenner ass and titties and lips out there where we're like, oh my God, she's super hot. But then if Nicki Minaj does it, she's a hoe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
think-
being that most of my friends growing up were black women, and now that I'm pretty much single without kids, we raised the kids and we were friends. But the things that I'm introducing myself to now are so much more
We are
freaky.
not
We're
going
not
to
gonna go
talk
there. We're
about
not-
this, Mom.
Why?
No.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, there's things out there that
You know what?
I've
You
never
shut your mouth.
kick her out. That I've never experienced that I'm starting to experience now.
With black
and-
men.
With a, yes.
With a black
With
man.
a.
Oh, my
It's been
bad.
2 years.
Right. She ain't dealing with men, ho. It's one man.
no man, it's one man.
Don't make my mama.
But things that I've never done.
Men.
And it's like, I never heard of. And now I'm like, really like I never watch porn.
Do you think it's because it was with like black men don't like to do these certain types of things?
That you're now in your almost 50. I'm sorry. But you're getting up there and you're just now finding someone to experience that. I feel like it's because you've only dealt with black men and they are so
Yeah, but
cookie cutter.
I just want to screw and you leave. I never ever really.
You?
Yes. I've never been one that's been like, and that's because I don't want to keep somebody around because I'm very opinionated. And if you don't do it my way, you can get the fuck out.
Right.
Period. It's my way. So with this one,
Wonder where you get that from, bitch.
like mama, like daughter.
But this guy now, he's like, I can experiment, I can do different things, but it's definitely opened a whole new world to me that I want to explore.
just like you said, even
really-
things that the name of that you like you said I've never heard of this. Like what's one?
I mean, like when we watching porn, we watch the pegging, we watch the bisexual parties. You know, we're watching all this, and I'm
Orgies
like, well,
and stuff.
damn. You know, I mean, it's piquing my curiosity because it's something that I knew was out there, but I know that it's more of a world because I've talked to more people now, and I'm meeting different types of people that are more introducing me to it, and it's like, hell yeah, I'm down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is why
Just explore yourself. I mean, I
Life's too
spent
short.
30 years raising the kids. I never even had a porn in my house with the kids. I did have dildos that they found, but, you know.
We definitely found her.
No.
What's this?
No. Remember the time that Bobby was babysitting y'all, and they went upstairs into the bedroom that was upstairs, and they came back down with a dildo on a plate and asked him, did he want a hot dog?
That is the best thing I've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
You
Who was
shouldn't
that?
have
Was that Amanda and who?
Amanda and Shelby.
my sister.
Yeah.
It felt like a you and Shelby thing.
I'm so
Yeah.
done. Well, what we like to do, Mom, we like to have kinks of the week. So we're going to get into one. And I chose this because me and my mom were like, on the train coming here like, what we going to talk about with you? Because I didn't want you to say some shit. She has a story about this. So,
I can't wait.
I'm sorry. The one today, it's not a weird word, actually. It's bestiality.
Oh.
And I wanted to talk about this because, so bestiality.
Okay.
Right, it's not her story.
I
Calm
know
down.
exactly what it is.
Yes.
So that's why I
So,
sound judgy.
Bestiality, for those who do not know, is sexual intercourse involving a human and an animal.
Yep.
So this is actually something, if you go onto Pornhub, any of your porn sites that you go onto, you can actually find this. I know there's...
I imagine you just said Pornhub.
I mean, I like Pornhub. Which one do you use?
Oh my gosh.
Excuse-
Eye cream.
Eye
What?
cream?
That's what eye cream.
Why did I just get totally uncomfortable? Like I was.
Wait, you watch eye cream? I've never even
No,
heard of
but
that.
I'm just mad you said Pornhub.
Oh, excuse
Okay,
me.
bye.
Why? Is Pornhub too like world mainstream?
No, so many categories.
What's I?
Go ahead.
On what? Okay, and see, don't be debating me.
I'm so sorry. This is like so fucking good. So.
Okay, so for you guys who, whatever porn site you do watch, if you type in bestiality, right? Are you seeing what comes up right now? Or no?
Actually, I was just gonna try to take a picture of your mom, but whatever.
So you can look up. I know that they do horses, dogs. Like there's different animals.
I've seen
Horses,
an,
dogs, sheep, chicken, cows. There's
Yeah.
like whole videos you can watch.
My mom said she went to a show in Mexico, and she's like, "Yeah,
The donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the big thing. Everybody goes over. I don't know how they
Wait,
do that.
what happened?
Because when I was in New York City yesterday at Central Park, there was a horse and his schlong was hanging about that long.
Why are
And
you
I was
looking
like,
at the
oh my God, I
horse's
can't
schlong,
look at
Mom?
this.
You've never noticed
Oh,
it?
it's
I mean,
terrible.
they're
I was
big,
like,
but
that's
don't look.
obnoxious.
Like I remember we used to have dogs growing up, and when the little pink thing came out, I'd be like, "Oh my God, get them away!"
Yeah.
Man has
It's
never
weird.
liked animals, period.
Lies.
She kills everything.
No, I go away on trips and they come back and they're just not alive anymore.
Isn't that what happened to Carmelo Anthony?
It was Durant.
And
Oh.
Durant.
Durant was the name.
Your lizard?
I do. Okay, so
Yes.
she said that, not literally Carmelo Anthony. I didn't kill Carmelo, but I have a thing with naming all of my pets after athletes since I was like in middle school. So we had
And
Kobe.
now they are your
Arms-
pets.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'm sorry,
so
tell
tell
the
the
story.
story. Tell the
Okay,
story
so-
of this.
I can't remember where I was at. I ran into, I'm in the healthcare field, so I ran into a fellow paramedic who told me about a story where he was in his orientation and they went to this retirement community and the lady had called 911, so they had to break down the door to get in. And when they got there, they saw her on her hands and knees and she went to move and the dog went, "Arr!" So they couldn't figure out how to separate them. So the dog was stuck inside of her. They had to put the two of them on the stretcher and push them out in front of all her little retiree friends as she had the dog still stuck in her because they couldn't get him out. Every time they tried to move the dog or move her, it would they do that whine, and that's what it.
Why was he
because
stuck?
We were told he was stuck because that's how dogs have babies. Like when the dogs go together, the male dog swells inside the female.
Oh,
and that's why they get stuck. That's literally
My leg. Do you see my? Look at my legs.
Her leg is shaking.
literally
That
they
is
get stuck.
disgusting.
No, the dogs get stuck. That's what happens.
Now I want to ask you because my mom works in like a crazy house. Is there a psychological thing
Which one?
besides?
I mean, I'm sorry.
No.
Which way pit? What? Like you?
No. Just crazy ass people. Like the stories I hear. So for someone who has a bestiality fetish, is this a mental thing you think, or is it?
You know what?
really
I
just-
deal in addictions. So, I mean, I deal with like bipolar, borderline personality, addictions, and things like that. Mostly, they don't come out with their sexual fetishes anywhere in that arena.
Oh.
I mean, you have your true psychosis, but even psychosis doesn't become sexual.
Okay. No,
Honestly, I think it's just a kink.
I think it is. Like
I don't think it's a fucking weird thing in your head. Like, I mean,
I think everybody has a tendency to try something new, and again, it just becomes the fear.
Not new,
fear
but
of
like
not knowing.
weird.
You know what? Like that saying says, the best things in life lie on the other side of fear. So you have to remember that
That's
everything,
a great quote.
Yeah, everything that's over there is something that you're afraid to get to, but it'll be rewarding when you do.
I'm about to text this nigga talking about he don't want a girlfriend and be like, everything.
Right. Okay, so I guess you want to hop into the horrible decision. We got you talking a whole lot, Tammy. So what we're going to do is hop into the horrible decision. Before we get into it, I wanted to ask if this has ever happened. I'm going to ask if it's happened to Weezy before, though. Has anything ever happened embarrassing in the middle of sex to you? So we talked about the girl who pissed on herself.
Yeah.
Like, has anything embarrassing happened to you?
So, do you remember, or were we friends when I fucked that dude from?
No, I don't think I was. What happened then?
There was like a popular rap group. Are they still? No, they're not. But what, 8 years ago or so, they had like
Migos before the Migos?
Yes. And I let him fly me to Atlanta, and we had a great time. And then they came back for a show in Tampa, and I went and got wasted and smoked weed. And I'm not a weed smoker. And the weed had my head going. It had me feeling dizzy. So in the middle of sex, he was fucking me from behind. I was throwing up.
You threw up in the middle of sex?
Let me tell you.
On the pillow?
Yeah, it was on the bed. I don't really remember, but I remember throwing up. Like hurling, throwing up. And so I don't know if he didn't see it or what was going on, but he didn't notice it until the smell. He's like, what is that? And then, yeah, it was really bad. What really bothered me, though, is that, like, he was 100% okay with, like...
He was okay with still fucking you and throw up?
It was disgusting.
There's a kink about throw up.
You don't have to whisper here, Miss Tammy.
You don't have to whisper,
no,
Mom.
because, and you know what? One time I did that, but it was really bad. Because I went out drinking with a friend of mine and met somebody, and then I just puked all over him.
Wait, he wanted you to, though?
No.
But you did, and he was fine with it?
No, but
He
like,
started
he
rubbing
wasn't
it?
fine. He wasn't fine. He wasn't fine. He was like, I gotta go.
But think about it. There's ghetto gaggers. Like, that was a really popular, like, forced blowjob. This is, like, a very popular thing to do, forced blowjobs. Latina abuse, ghetto gaggers. These are, like, really demeaning ass. And not only is it just, like, the forcing the bitches to do it, they, like, talk shit to you while they do it, but they want you to throw up. I don't know if he had a throw up fetish, but I remember when I woke up in the morning, almost in tears, I was like, I feel like I fucked a rapist.
Oh, shit.
Like, I honestly, like, I
So
just
you felt like you were a little too drunk for him to even still want to
It's
keep
not like I
fucking
didn't
you.
sleep with him before. It's not like I didn't ask for it. It's not like I didn't want to. But, like, I just was shocked that,
That
like,
he's still, rape culture.
is it?
That
Like,
just show you he has kinks you didn't know about.
Maybe he did get turned on by you throwing up.
I never slept with him again. I was terrified of him after that. I was terrified.
So speaking of being terrified, my mom has...
I heard
story-
your Private Benjamin. You seen that movie, right? With Goldie Hawn?
Yeah.
The same thing happened to her. That's why she ended up going to the army. It was on their wedding night.
Oh, see, I don't even...
I'll talk about the movie.
We'll talk about the movie
When Mandii
after.
told me this story,
I don't remember that.
So, anyways, again, I guess today's horrible decision is embarrassing shit. But in my mama's case, it's almost she caught a body almost. Almost caught
We're
a
still
body.
friends. We're still friends.
Okay,
That's a good story.
so explain what happened and kind of the embarrassing moment during your
All right,
sexapade.
So I knew the guy for a few months. And we had went out to dinners and stuff like that and chilling. And, I go through different phases. And it was like, okay, I'm going to try a guy that's a little older than me. So
How old was he?
He was 55.
How old were
And
you at the time?
I was like 45. So it was a few years.
Are you dating younger guys normally?
Usually it's my age or younger.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
don't
she's
usually
like
go
me.
older. But I'm like, okay, I need somebody that's a little more
I swear
settled.
to God, I'm just like, what else? What else do you have to say?
So-
how tall was he?
So actually, he's about 6'3". and he was built. However, he does have a heart condition
Okay.
and a penis pump. So needless to say, I've never tried a penis pump. So
Did it
I
make
said,
you
well,
feel-
let me see what this is about. So
I saw it on Austin
finally,
Powers.
after
What
a
is
few
it?
months,
Tell our
it's
listeners what a
literally-
penis pump is.
It's a device that's implanted into the penis, and it's almost like a air
Wait.
pump. Yeah, the in the balls, they have the little squeezer, and you squeeze it, and it pumps it up. And then when you want to release it, you just put squeezer and hold it down, so it can
Hold
stay
on, wait.
there all day
I'm
long.
sorry. I thought you were going to talk about like what strippers do, like that glass thing they put over there.
No, this is like a true penis pump. It's like it's internal. It's inside the penis.
Shit. He was really old.
No, he wasn't really old. No, he had a heart condition because he had a pacemaker.
Oh, my mom has
So
a
this
pacemaker.
is what I'm saying. I find out all this stuff like
Wait,
hold
I
on.
have never heard of this penis pump. So
Okay,
that's what I want to know.
you to Google the penis pump.
So wait.
I want you to see what a penis pump does
So-
because I want you to Google
So
it because
it's
it
you,
lasts
you
all
squeeze
day.
the balls.
Right. It's got the pumper in there. And then
Did you watch him do it, or did you do it for him?
I've seen it. Didn't watch him. So anyway, then we had entered into the intercourse, and I'm like, okay, let me try this. First time for everything,
You
right?
could say we started fucking. We entered into the intercourse.
I wanted to say, but I want to fuck her fellow.
What the fuck is that?
Well, as he
We
was
started
on
fucking.
the floor in front of me and making me squirt. Just
my daughter. Okay.
all of a sudden, he kicks back, and I'm like, what the fuck? And his pacemaker went off.
What do you mean it went off?
It shocked him. He had a pacemaker defibrillator, and it shocked him while he was
Oh
in.
my God! Look who's calling. Speaking of pacemakers. Hold on, wait. 1 moment. Mom, we're on air with Mandi's mom, and she's telling us about the man she fucked that had a pacemaker that had a heart attack. Pretty much.
Tell us he left with a smile.
With the paramedics.
All right, love you. Bye.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it shocked like 3 more times. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because we're both butt ass naked.
So he had
and
a
he's
heart
like, call
attack.
911. So 911 gets there, and they're like, what's your, I call them, and they're like, what's the address? I'm like, I don't fucking know. How do I know the address? So I have to find a piece of mail, and I'm like, read the address off. And they're like, and what's his, yeah, that's the full name right there. There you go.
You ain't know
Shit,
his
I thought it
last
was
name?
John.
Listen,
Did you know?
I don't remember shit like that when I've just been shocked with a defibrillator in my pussy. I mean, okay. So I just keep going. So they show up. All of a sudden, they're like, so what were you doing prior to this? And I just looked, and I was waiting on him to respond.
Did you have to dress him? Or was he
Yes,
still
I had to
naked?
put his shorts on and make him presentable. And then when they got there, they gave him like a shot in the arm of like epinephrine or whatever to stop because his heart rate was like 192. So then they get ready to take him downstairs, and he's like, get the weed out of yeah, he's like, take the weed and put it in the car. I'm like, dude. So then they put him in the ambulance. I followed.
So did you tell them what y'all were doing?
I didn't say a shit. I said nothing.
So when he asked you, you said nothing?
No,
You
I think he responded with like watching TV, and they both kind of looked at us like, all the whole group of them, because they literally had him hooked up to the machine, like ready to shock him. They shocked him twice it was terrible. It was terrible. So then we get to the hospital, and he's a little narcissistic. So once he gets in there, not only have you almost died, now you want to start talking shit. So they give him a shot of Geodon to
that?
shut him up. It's like an antipsychotic. So then they give him that to shut him up because he's just like, I want this. Shut the fuck up. You're lucky you're alive. I could have just left his ass right there in the house and not called nobody.
Is it safe to say that your pussy's deadly?
There you go.
You got that no date pussy.
Listen.
I don't know how I would feel if that happened. Like a heart attack during sex.
Listen, I'm a little
Needless to say, anytime
laughing.
after that, we like hung out because we stayed friends. I mean, that's kind of something, So,
Did you ever want to sleep with him again?
No.
You said he made you squirt.
No, but no. We did lunches and drives, but no more scrolling.
Wait, what's a drive?
I let him eat my pussy. That's what I let him do. But other than that,
Yes.
She said they had to watch a TV.
Well, yeah.
Well, and Being Mary Jane, you watch Being Mary Jane?
No.
With Gabrielle Union.
I love it.
There was a guy that had a seizure right after sex, and
That's scary.
No, the best show in the world is Sex Sent Me to the ER.
Oh no,
I
it's
love that
terrible.
shit.
So
What
there's-
is that?
So there's a show
Like
on
all
TV.
these different shows
TLC.
where like
TLC.
people with different fetishes and stuff too, like vampires and all this different. They like freaking get their dick stuck in stuff, and the females get their and they
And they
end
have
up
to go
at the
to the
ER.
ER.
I was like, I could have been on that show.
But it's a really good show. I don't
It
know,
is.
and it's
I
on
would have worn
basic
my
cable.
biggest hoops, and I would have stabbed.
I hate you so much. Okay, so what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna hop into home mail.
Oh, this will be really good.
So if you guys want to send us your home mail, you guys can DM it to us apparently because y'all motherfuckers don't like emailing, or you can email us at whoreible_decisions@gmail.com. So this one, we gonna get straight into it, and I kind of picked this one because it kind of deals with interracial. And then we have another one, and we're gonna get into finally vanilla shit.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the letter. Hi, Mandii and Weezy. I am a 30-something straight woman, and I'm a professional dancer and go-go dancer. I think my job is pretty cool, being that I dance alongside some of the biggest names in pop and hip-hop in some of the biggest nightclubs in my city. Now that things are slowing down, I took a side dance gig at a gay club. The music is super fun, the tips are incredible, we can drink for free, and because I'm in the gay club, I can really twerk and fuck it up without feeling some creep, making me feel uncomfortable. Here's where we get the good shit, y'all. So last night at work, everything was pretty normal. As the only black woman there, and the only woman with a big booty, my tips come only second to the seriously in shape celebrity lookalike gays that dance their little booties off. While being tipped by this gay couple, 2 white men, both of them are basically making out with each other while putting 50s in my thong. I pay it no mind because it's pretty normal to me. Lots of gay couples club together here. But after I get down from my set, they practically chased me down to introduce themselves to me, which led them to telling me how beautiful they thought I was and how they're jealous of my curves. One then asked if they could play out a fantasy with me. They want to have a threesome with a black woman with a big ass, and they would love to pay me for the experience. The whole side of me is like, bitch, how much? But the other side of me feels weird about these white men wanting my black ass, literally. They say neither one of them have ever been with a woman, but if they were, they both want a black woman. What would you do in this situation, or has this ever been presented to you, and what did you do? Signed, not strapped for cash, but ...
Well, I want to have a threesome with 2 gay dudes, so I'm the wrong one to ask.
Me too, but I think the problem is not that they're 2 gay guys. It's the fact that she feels like she's being fetishized because she's a black woman. They keep emphasizing that they want to do this because she's a black woman.
This is going to sound kind of cold, but being a sex worker, right? It's like a stripping is a sex worker type job.
I think, well, go-go dancing isn't.
That's what she said she does?
Same thing.
Go-go dancing.
I mean, okay.
the same.
For money, whatever, like, you have to understand that you are already being fetishized, right? I mean,
I
you're
didn't think of
telling
that.
me that, like, certain men aren't choosing lap dances or choosing to dance with you because you're black. Like, we've got to be a fool. I know that men go on dates with me because they think I'm exotic, or I've never been with this kind of girl, or you have tattoos. Like, we all understand that. So, I mean, if you're already doing that for money and a part of you would get turned on by this, then I kind of would.
I mean, I think it's interesting. However, I told you about, I don't remember what episode this was, but the white guy who came to me and pretty much wanted me to talk about how much I love black dick over his white dick, and to kind of make him feel, less
Humiliated.
and humiliate him for being a white man and me being this black woman fucking his white, and he just made it so racial to me that it made me feel uncomfortable.
I think also another thing too, like if you're considering doing it, just set boundaries. Be like, I'm not into race play. Like Vinny talks a lot about, so it's one of my gay friends, we've had him on. He's on Grindr. And he says that a lot of dudes write him and say BBC, and he hates using that word. And he's like, I hate. She's like,
when I said BBC, you hated me saying that.
I did only.
Bitch, I like BBC, and I like it black and big.
I mean, it's only because I think in my mind he made me feel bad about it. He was like, you don't know how often, like, when you sleep with someone else from another race, like, and you're a black man, like, that's all they talk about. I want your big black cock. Like, it's annoying. He said.
All races have different sizes. I'm just going to say, not all black men have big cocks.
Oh, we know that. We already know.
Now, I'm curious. I don't know. Okay, this sidetrack, like, do you ever say that?
Yeah. Because when I watch a lot of interracial porn, the white women either say, oh my God, your black dick is so, or your cock.
It's
Sorry,
just
it's
cock.
cock.
It's just cock.
You say cock, Mom?
I do say big black cock sometimes, but that big black cock, yeah. I do.
Oh.
I do, and I tell them where to put it.
And so do they ever... And do they ever talk about?
That's not a they.
Do they ever?
I'm honestly.
Does he ever talk about your white ass or?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Or your pink nipples or?
Oh yeah.
Do you? Are you
hot
into
dog
it?
Pussy.
Wait, what's a hot dog pussy?
The lips, swelling of the lips when you eat it right.
I've never heard of hot dog pussy.
And we are too young for this.
So you don't have a problem with race being mentioned in the bedroom? Like it's something that doesn't bother you?
No.
And what about you, Weezy?
It's kind of hot sometimes.
So it's like a role play?
You can turn around and talk shit too. Be like, you think that big black cock is good? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? You can throw it.
Excuse me.
You can take it anyway.
Okay, so mentioning that it's black, or even in her case, them saying that I want you because you're a black woman, maybe you feel like she shouldn't take that as a fetishism, or that
it is a fetish, but like, are you okay with it?
But where both of them come from, where are they coming from with that? Is it?
I mean, have they ever been with a woman? Period.
That's what they said. That she said that they haven't been with a woman. But
why would they pick a black woman over a white woman?
It's a fantasy for them. I guess they both want a black woman.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's already a fantasy in itself. Like, they're gay, they want to fuck you. They want to fuck you because you got a big ass. The race play, to me, like, I get it. If you can't do it without feeling...
Maybe it's just stereotyping. Maybe it's just stereotyping that turns them on. In the sense, because, it's a big ass.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Your big black ass.
You don't want to be like, hey, I want to fuck you with your flat white ass. Hey, you're sexy.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
If it's going to make you feel like shit in the morning, don't do it.
Then don't do it, right?
It's not as
if you're going to
sexual.
feel sexy about getting paid for it and about, like, get to these two gay guys explore you, then do it. But
don't resent it.
But if you absolutely don't want them mentioning you being black during sex, just say that's your boundary.
I agree.
I had to tell a guy to stop saying it.
So...
It was the second we had sex the first time. He said like this whole like, I don't know what I said, if I used the word dick instead of cock, and he was like, to Murray Hill. It's like a super, I'm serious, it's like super white neighborhood. And then he was like, oh yeah, you're just like a tough ass black bitch, aren't you? And I just kind of let it go. And then the next time he said it again, and I said, you know what, Brian, it's just
too much.
It's something about this is not comfortable for me. You know what I mean? You already think all lives matter, and this is too much. And he told me, like, I thought you were into it. Like, I thought that was the reason you were fucking with me.
No, so I guess it can kind of go both ways then.
It can, but if it makes you uncomfortable, absolutely set the precedent.
Okay, and I have one more. And with this one, this will go ahead and wrap up the show for us, guys.
Okay, no
but
vanilla
it's a good
shit.
one. Well, it's a good. No, this is actually intertwined in vanilla shit. I specifically chose this letter specifically because of the vanilla shit that just popped out.
By the way, guys, if you don't know what vanilla shit is, we on our first show we did it. We wanted to have certain like segments, and vanilla shit was supposed to be our news segment that was kind of related to dating or sex. But we talk so much shit, we never get to it.
So this one says, girls, let me start with praise. I really enjoy your podcast. Didn't miss an episode, and I spread the word about it. About the last episode, she's actually referring to the episode with Lethal Lips.
I remember this email.
When your guest started to talk about cream pies and how people in porn industry protect themselves from STDs, I was ready to hear all about it, but then Mandii cut her off. Can you please revisit it? I had a guy who wanted to fuck me raw, claiming that you have the highest chance contracting STDs when a guy comes inside of you. I was trying to find scientific papers about it, but with little success. I understand there are STIs that you can contact by skin-to-skin contact, but let's face it, one can live with herpes, but HIV or Hep is a different thing. I have good rotation of guys, and I don't know what is wrong with my pussy, but it just pulls out the condoms. It pulls the condoms off the dicks. The first time it happened, I thought the guy got soft. The first time it happened, I thought the guy got soft, but no. They are hard as fuck and I deal with well-endowed guys, so it's not the condom size. Anyways, you can see why I'm being curious about the STDs. I wanted to actually start this off real quick in a little spiel for our listeners. I feel like she wanted that advice specifically coming from a porn star, as though Lethal Lips was unhuman. I want to let you guys know that if you're having unprotected sex with someone, if you're having sex with anyone, the only way that you can keep from getting an STD is A, knowing the status of your partner, or B, being abstinent. There are still STDs that you can get from condoms.
I mean, listen, we had Ella on. I don't know if Mandy told you. She reached out to this girl who did a TED Talks about having herpes, who never had unprotected sex in her life.
And had...
Absolutely, because it's on the outside.
Well, right. So that's skin to skin. So when she's sitting here saying,
Genital
you know,
herpes.
you know that this guy is, you know, I want him to come into me, but how can I stay clear of getting an STD? It's like you're not going to get this advice from a porn star. You can get this advice from anyone, and the simple fact of the matter is you need to know the status of who you're fucking. You also need to get tested every 3 months, because there's like this little period of time where there's even incubation. There's incubation time frames and shit.
Where's the what did it have to do with the vanilla shit?
But some things will show up within a few weeks. But if you don't do the full check, because like chlamydia is something that's rampant in the United States right now.
Ooh, which damn, don't be talking about what I'm about to talk about.
I know, it was scary when I read about it.
So this actually leads us to the vanilla shit, and I wanted to read this for you guys. 2016 was the year of gonorrhea, syphilis, and chlamydia. Over 2 million cases were reported by the CDC. This is a record high, guys. The CDC's sexually transmitted report.
I love your
Listen,
mom.
she ready.
Reported.
So the CDC's sexually transmitted report demonstrates that more than 80% of the cases reported were chlamydia, 470,000 were gonorrhea.
Want to check a stat really quick?
With syphilis only having 28,000 cases. Dr. Gail Boland, director of CDC's Division of STD, stated, clearly we need to reverse this disturbing trend. The CDC cannot do this alone, and we need every community in America to be aware that the risk is out there and help educate that they're citizens and how to avoid it. There's also a note that these are only reported cases, guys. So there's a lot of people that go untreated.
They don't go to the fucking doctor.
And
as long as you have 10 daddies being checked about saying, are you the father?
No shit.
You're basically saying that this isn't okay and this isn't normal behavior.
You know what, though?
It's
a lot of
becoming
people
more
are
acceptable.
not going to the doctor because they feel like...
They're scared.
I'm gonna tell you, Loverboy gets CBCs, complete blood checkups. But I went to the doctor and...
Is that what that's called? Is that in your world? That's what that's called?
See, what's it called?
A complete blood count. Just so you know.
All right, maybe I fucked it up.
That's
Tammy,
cute.
thanks.
I like that. I like that, though.
Complete blood checkup?
That's good.
What is it really called, Mom?
A CBC is a complete blood count, but that normally just does your WBCs and things like that. So unless you're
She said BBCs again. What?
No, I didn't say anything. Slipped it in.
So what? So are you saying that doesn't really check you for...
You can't just say it's sex, because like I was telling you on the train, hepatitis C, which is a bloodborne disease, and you probably won't get it sexually. It's more among the needle users and things like that, unless you're doing anal sex and you actually... There's blood, their blood is going to come in contact with your blood anally or whatever.
I'm getting freaked out.
Okay, but it stays alive outside the body for 4 days. So you're talking 4 days. So when everything that you touch on that train, anytime you have a sore on your hand, yes, I can make you paranoid.
No, I can't
But you
handle
just
it.
have to be careful. As long as your skin is intact, you're good. But you can catch, if you go to the wrong nail salon and they're not cleaning their tools properly, you have to be careful.
I'm not going to lie. The one I go to got a staph infection. The prices are really low. And
Listen. But that's just like with tattoo artists. If you go to, you get what you pay for.
Right.
In that sense. Hepatitis B is sexually transmitted. And then hepatitis A
B
is
is
an
for
oral.
booty. A is for what?
A is actually oral.
I'm trying to think of an
It's
acronym
fecal
to
oral.
remember.
Hepatitis A is, you could say asshole because
So if you lick ass?
it's fecal. Well, if you lick an
lick an
infected
ass?
person's ass and they have fecal matter there, yes.
Damn, I can't
because
eat ass
it's,
no more.
Because it gets
Dingleberry,
ingested.
that's what lethal lipstick.
It gets ingested.
Oh, but the doctor. So he gets CBCs, right? So I got checked recently. I told him my results were fine. And he's like, all right, well, then I know I'm good. And I was just thinking to myself, like, nigga, that's really how men think.
That is.
I mean, just because you got your shit checked out to make sure your fucking glucose or whatever is good, whatever the shit is, I don't know. But you can't, like, it just blew my mind. It's a grown man. And I'm not shitting on him for it, but it's just really what, like, okay, you're good, I'm good.
And I wanted to let you guys know that while going to the doctor is very scary, we were also talking about this. So if you go, so like chlamydia, gonorrhea, some of them don't have symptoms. And some people won't know that they have these things, and you're not going to know unless you go to the doctor. So I'm saying this to say don't wait for symptoms, but also what are some of the things that can happen if chlamydia or gonorrhea goes untreated for a certain amount of time?
Isn't it terrible for pregnancy?
It's really bad.
I mean, if the chlamydia and gonorrhea can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease called PID, and all of it can lead to infertility. Untreated syphilis can cause brain damage eventually.
Whoa.
I mean, yeah, it can actually affect your brain, and it's similar to the end.
You was a hoe and a stupid hoe.
Right.
Yeah. So, and everything is causing internal damage. I mean, like the hepatitis is, your liver will be gone. You know, I mean, you'll end up with cirrhosis. You'll be yellow. And I mean, sometimes you see the people with a lot of yellowing in their eyes could have some liver damage
All
already.
from getting fucked?
Yes.
And what's crazy is we talk about, oh my God, herpes, oh my God, and everyone wants to play down the gonorrhea, chlamydia, syphilis because there's a cure for it, an antibiotic. But it's like if these little, y'all want to refer to them as, they're curable.
No, syphilis is huge. Syphilis is huge. Syphilis will basically rob your life from you because it's something you won't get rid of. You'll always test positive. So everywhere you go for life, they'll know that you either were treated for syphilis or you have syphilis. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Why am I
We
scared
are getting
right
more.
now?
We are getting more in my field. We're seeing more people that are testing positive with an RPR, which is the test for syphilis.
I'm going to a sex party tonight, and you're ruining it. I'm serious. I'm scared. I don't want to kiss nobody.
If people would just take more responsibility for their freakiness. I mean, just if you're going to be freaky and do crazy shit, just be safe about it.
And it's funny because, like, I was saying to someone, so I'm going to this sex party. It's called Chemistry. It's in Brooklyn. I got invited by the guy I used to date, and he's like, look, my girlfriend's out of town. I'm like, my man's out of town. He's like, I just need to see other people fuck. I'm like, this is going to be fun.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're going to go tonight. Very classy, like Maxim magazine wrote about it. And I wrote to him, I told him, I was like, I really don't want to have sex with anyone. Like, he's like, me neither, I can't. And he said, I was like, I'm also really worried about diseases. And he goes, the crazy thing is people that seem to be in this lifestyle
Are much cleaner
are
than
almost more clean than anyone else.
Oh yeah, all
Yeah.
the like Craigslist, all those ads that are they're like it must be DD free, blah 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 blah, because they are, and they know.
get tested for this
and
stuff.
and a lot of them are like no drugs, no drinking. We want this. They want you to be sober in the experience because they don't want you to turn around and be like, oh, what the hell did I just do?
Right.
When you sober up. So
Yeah,
they,
which is what I saw in there.
Oh, I sent you the rules.
You sent me the rules, and
let me
one
read
of it says that they don't want you to be completely inebriated or
exactly.
intoxicated.
They don't because you might turn around and be like, oh, I didn't say yes.
Right.
No.
Exactly.
It's funny you said that. The consent thing was huge.
It's very huge in sex parties.
with the sex party thing. I'm trying to find it. But basically, I mean, it talked a lot about like even if it's a maybe, even if you're gonna think about it, still say no.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody hold on to the idea. Another rule that this shit had that I liked was if men are in the play spaces or whatever, they have to be accompanied by a woman, and if that woman that there was their date leaves, they've got to leave too. Like there's no men straggling.
no
around.
single
Can you
men.
send me a copy of that? I'd just like to look it over.
I think it's like,
Yeah.
Just give her my email address.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
I just,
you're not going to one, Mom. You can look in Orlando.
I go back on Monday, honey.
One of them
Lord.
is do not touch or physically do anything without a clear verbal yes. Now, even if the person is sexual in your vicinity. So what made me think about that, actually my friends said something to me. They're like, you're always touching up on girls. Like, and being flirty with them. And they're like, you have to make sure you don't do that tonight. And I was like, you know what? I think I just assume everything is cool.
That girls like girls all the time, and sometimes it's not.
Right. And at this party, like, if they're looking at me, be like, oh, hey. And I want to make sure, like, I'm following the rules. But yeah, there's a coat check for all your stuff. So I brought my whole gear.
And they actually also advertise for protected sex there.
Yeah.
So again, for you listeners who keep wanting us to talk about STDs, STIs, and all of this stuff, I just think that it's important for you to know your status and know your partner's status if you're gonna have unprotected sex, because there's nothing, if you're letting a nigga fuck you raw, there's really nothing that's gonna keep you from getting STDs aside from him hopefully being STD free. And if you don't know his status and you're not using condoms, you may as well just be playing Russian roulette with your pussy. And that's pretty much that. Like, you're pretty much taking a gamble and a chance, and a lot of y'all don't trust the niggas y'all fucking anyway. Because clearly you think they're all cheaters. Or you're having casual sex with someone who's sleeping with other women. So it's just something...
clean pussy.
It's just something that you guys definitely need to talk about with your partners.
Be responsible.
And be responsible for your whole shit.
You know what? I'm going to try to go to Planned Parenthood because I like to put money back into,
You do?
You already know.
Especially since Trump is taking all the money out of it.
I don't even want to go to a regular gyno anymore. I had one I was going to, I introduced Mandii to, but like now I'm just making sure it's only Planned Parenthood so I can put that money back. But long story short, they give free condoms. I'm going to try to give some out at our live show.
Girl, they give NYC condoms. No one uses those.
No, Planned Parenthood gives some lifestyle. They give decent ones. So I'm going to try to ask them for some for our live show if you guys come. We also used to do something we don't do anymore, which is say something nice. And it's really because me and Mandii fight so much, we ain't got nothing to say. But I want to say something nice because your mom is here.
Oh, jeez.
I am so proud. I don't even know if, like, as a friend or how I feel, but, like, even when we weren't talking of Mandii, I just can't believe, like,
she's accomplished a lot.
You can't believe what?
You've just accomplished so much. Like, there were, days on the phone where we would talk and you wouldn't have shit, or you were going through shit and you were done. And you wanted to bartend and I got to get flown out to get paid him up. And it's like, you could take care of yourself. And I think it's amazing. Mm-hmm. And I mean, especially with 3 kids. My mom, had my father and I was the only child. But like, I mean, still fucking. I
mean, all 3 girls have really, like, they've reached their dreams. I appreciate all of their an individual.
I totally know what you mean by this.
I know I've got 2 of them that are just like out there and just feeling themselves and understanding and learning their own
Alex
sexuality.
Is in what, the military?
Alex is doing nothing. Alex is a virgin.
For real?
No.
She's not, Mom.
She's not. But I don't face that.
She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to know that my youngest sister has had sex.
Yeah.
Well, we sit here and talk
2 kids like me, and I'm just gonna hope for the best for her.
And then something nice that I want to say about you. I actually want to sit here and say, this is something that's new for Weezy. For a lot of people that follow me know I've done the website. I've done like all these entrepreneur things. And this is something that you've just kind of hopped in and you've kind of learned. You're grasping. And it's something to where although we fight and banter on a lot of different things, I feel like you're really just taking the brand and knowing that this is you and you really pushing to see it grow. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like when we first started this show, Weezy's first thing was like, bitch, we going to do this show, but listen, I got a job. And literally 2 weeks ago, we hopped on the phone and she was like, I can't wait till we making enough money for me to quit my job.
Let me tell you, I have been getting so inspired. I would love you guys to give some feedback on this. I didn't expect to talk about this, but I'm really curious. So I'm sitting with James. I'm sure you guys loved his episode. He was amazing.
Yeah, he was amazing.
James was like, dude, you can make money on this. And I'm like, I don't know. Like ads, they come, they go. Even Brilliant Idiots, who's my favorite podcast, sometimes they don't have ads.
Them. Yeah.
How? They have hundreds of thousands of people. There's a podcast called Chapo Trap House that James listens to. He pays $5 a month for their premium feature. So the podcast gives, if I'm wrong, I don't know, but 1 a week like we do. Mm-hmm. And then they give another 2 or 3 episodes a week to their listeners to have, because they want more. Now, I know when I'm done listening to my favorite podcast, I'm like, damn, I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
Which I hope y'all feel like that about us. And so Mandii and I are eventually going to try to completely eliminate looking for ads, maybe, and do this $5 premium. Now, Chapo Trap House, it's called Patreon.
Patreon, yeah.
You can look and see how much people make. They make $85,000 a month.
A month.
From 18,000 people.
A month.
They have 150,000 listeners. So that means less than 10%, or a little bit more than 10% of their listeners pay $5 a month. James has been paying $5 a month for a year and a half and loves it, and it's worth it. And I'm going to tell you something. I would pay $5 a month for Brilliant Idiots.
Absolutely.
I would pay $5 a month.
For the read?
I would. I absolutely would. Those are two that I love to listen to.
And so we're definitely thinking about giving you guys more content weekly, and we're gonna draw it up and test it with you guys.
But I mean, these dudes, I think they were able to quit their jobs just to do this. But I mean, $85,000 a month. When I tell you, I saw that was the day I called you. I said, I'm done.
So we're definitely looking.
I'm ready to contribute to my 401k separately. If that could happen, if this content is that good.
Well, not only that, I tell you, our listeners be like, bitch, I'll pay for the studio time next time. Why the fuck y'all only had 50 minutes? And so if you guys don't have to pay for our studio time, but this essentially will, and you won't see a dollar leave your account.
We're trying to be super stingy by like we can't afford another hour, but we just have to be smart about, we are paying essentially right now to give you content. We are doing this on our own. Our studio is, producing our show for us and sponsoring the show so you guys can see that. And it's like, I want us to be able to do it on our own. So please come and support. It's sponsored by CastSoundLab, and it's going to be December 1st.
December 1st. Come check us out, guys. We live. We all the way live.
My mom is going to come and do listener advice.
Yeah, so we're going to have, and also, if you guys loved any of our previous guests, we going to have them in the building, too.
I don't know if you want to come back, but that'd be great to just let mamas do it.
And Maul confirmed from the Joe Budden podcast, so he's going to be in the building.
XD and Jade
and XD. And then we just got all of our past guests who live in New York that are going to drop by.
On stage. They're just going to be
coming to
in
the
support. But we are getting hosted by Sam Whiteout. He's super excited.
So check us out. Again, you guys can find the ticket links in our bios, and I'm sure all over my Twitter page by now. So go ahead and check it out. Come see us December 1st, New York City. We're actually signing out. So you want to say bye to the folks, Mammy?
Bye.
Bye, y'all.